traveled to Japan to visit the hardest bouldering gyms in the world, B-Pump.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what's beautiful.
I just started bouldering this year. A total of 49 days I've been bouldering. So for my 50th day, I thought it would be cool to go to Tokyo and try B-Pump. My bouldering journey started in Seoul, South Korea. I really fell in love with the culture, so I'm really excited to take this trip to Japan. I woke up on a nice morning in Seoul, South Korea, made my way to the airport, and arrived in Tokyo that same morning. First thing I did was headed over to B-Pump in Akihabara. The first thing you see is the store. And I was really pumped about this store because I wanted to get a B-Pump t-shirt, but it looks like you can only get the B-Pump t-shirts online. Here's the level of difficulties on the second floor. I went to the second floor because the first floor was pretty busy this day. Ended up arriving here around 4 p.m., which is a pretty busy time. I started off with the easiest problem and then worked my way up. What I noticed first about these gyms is that the holds are pretty hard to grip. And when I made my way to the red difficulty, I noticed right away that, this isn't a normal V2. And red is the fourth hardest level in this gym, which is insane to me because I pretty much am at V4, V5 level in Seoul, but in B-Pump I noticed the red is V2, so automatically that gave me a wake-up call. But I'm going to be spending a lot of time here in Japan to level up, and I only want to really go to the B-Pump gyms, and I want to see how much I'll improve over time. And as you can see, I'm a bit rusty. My form and everything, I was just really desperate to get a red tape. That was my goal. So regardless of my form, I was just willing to get it. And then I went up to the third floor to check out this area, which is really cool with the glowing lights and the cave climbing. There was a lot of people up here. As you can see, a lot of people blocking the shot. But this problem I really messed up. I didn't realize my left foot was on a white hold, so it doesn't even count that I finished that one. And then I went to a dyno, which is what I was comfortable with, but I think I was just pretty nervous because there's a lot of people, like you have to really speed up so someone else can go. But once I realized that you land with your feet on the wall, it made sense to me. So I got another red tape. And then I thought I was confident enough to try the blues, but the blues I'm not ready for, clearly. They are another level above. And I desperately was trying to see if there was any blue I can even hang onto. I just wasn't ready, so I went back to the reds. I feel comfortable on the reds here, but there still are some reds that are a lot more difficult. And what I noticed too, it's like you really have to be precise with your movement in this gym. I feel like the route setters are very particular about how to solve the problems. And you'll find that the harder the level goes up, the more strict you have to be about being very precise. Otherwise you'll fall off the wall. But it is a really fun gym. Like, I love how each floor has a very different vibe. And I went to the first floor once it cleared out a little bit, and I did this dyno problem. And by this point I was in the 4-hour mark. And surprisingly I still had enough energy, even though I had my flight and very little sleep. I just was pumped to be a B-Pump, I guess. So I tried this other red. after seeing some people do it. And I was able to solve this one. And then I saw some purple problems, which I didn't know what level they were, but I figured out they're actually equivalent to the yellow tape, so nothing special, but it was good to end my workout that day. And that was it for B-Pump Akihabara. I'm going to be coming to this gym a lot, so a lot of my videos will be posted there, and I'll see how I level up. And look at Akihabara. I love Tokyo so much. Coming back here actually made me realize how much I love Tokyo. And whenever I'm here, I just feel so pumped and so excited. Especially the food. I love Japanese food, and I love how cheap and convenient everything is. Like, you can just go to the store, get whatever you want. It all tastes good. And even when you go to the sushi spots, the Kaizen sushi, it's just so convenient, but so delicious and affordable. I just love being in Japan. You know, I started on YouTube actually doing food videos. I started in Japan, so those were my favorite videos to make. Later in the week, I went to the infamous Ogikubo. You see Miho Nanaka on the front there. Very, very hard gym. Hardest gym in the world, they say. Beautiful gym. And here are the levels. Of course, see if I can handle the reds here. And I start on the very easy problem. And automatically I notice just how high the walls are. The walls are very high. Higher than the Akihabara ones. And the holds are harder to grip. Not much grip on them. And I especially noticed it on this problem here. And you can see that guy, the root setters are actually setting the comp wall this day. So it was really cool to see some legends making the problems. I was shocked that on this green level I was not able to figure out the foot placement, but that just shows how creative the root setters are in this gym. And once I figured it out, I was able to do it, but it was still tougher. The easy levels are still challenging here. And I think I was pretty shaken up by that, which is why I was like, oh my god, am I going to be able to do a red here? But I needed to get my confidence up because I came here on a mission to get better. But these holds will humble you. These problems will humble you in B-Pump Ogikubo. This wall is really cool, how much it angles. This is me getting more comfortable in the gym. I was the first one here this day. I literally came right before they opened. I was just so excited. And then people started coming in. Some really, really, really good climbers started coming in, actually. And this is me attempting a red. This was a red I saw on Instagram, and yeah, much harder. Much harder than the Akihabara ones. So I tried this one about 20 times. At least it felt like 20 times. But once I understood the beta, I rested a little bit, and I was able to confidently do the moves up to the last point. I struggled to get to that second to last hold. And then I caught it. And that was my first red in Ogikubo. I was hyped about it. So I went to other reds, a dynamic one. And more crimpy styled wall climb. This gym doesn't have as much problems as Akihabara branch, but all these problems are very well thought out. Like every problem really kept you on your toes. Literally. And the reds, yeah. Way more challenging than Akihabara. And the walls are really high. So for this problem, for instance, this wall is at a very, very awkward angle once you reach this part. And I didn't have the strength or anything to get up to the top. This is everybody in the gym. So as you can see, it didn't get as packed as Akihabara. And the root setters almost finished with the comp wall, and then they finished. Looks amazing. I was not even trying to attempt this. I feel I'm not ready. But hopefully one day, while I'm here in Japan, I'll be able to do a comp problem. That is my goal. Here's the root setters. Amazing. And this is that crazy angled wall. But this problem I felt was doable. This is about hour 5. You had a choice to either pay for a half day at Ogikubo or full day. I did the full day. So I was like, I'm going to stay here as long as I can. And I did that red. And this is the entrance of Ogikubo. Very cool. Seeing the legends on the wall. Very cool store. And these training grips and things. Make sure you guys subscribe for more of my Japan videos. I'm going to be getting better out here. Trust me.